hello.
Hello.
Adjusting.
Hello. Good to
Is
see
my
you.
like, am I too loud? That's why I keep hearing my echo on your
Oh,
end.
no, you're totally fine. It's our side.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how to do this properly.
I
Okay.
thought you were in production. What happened?
Phone cannot consider production, that's why. That's why.
Yeah, this
Hold on.
is like I always tell people this is my reality talk show, one man
Mm,
production, just me and the phone
yep.
and
Totally
okay, I'll
different.
just yeah, I know.
No,
We all have our makeshift tripod as well at home. We use the
yes.
box and then once in a while it will kind of just spill over, but it's all good.
Can you hear yourself still? Does it still like echo?
No, it's a lot better now.
Okay.
Okay.
This is definitely the boxes now. Okay, hold on.
It was bouncing my voice back, is it?
I'm just trying to get something to prop it up. Hello. Hi,
See,
everybody.
production what, this one. Also
So
production
basically,
what, have to set up properly, make sure the audio is good.
Yeah, the setup behind is our remote control, just propping up the handphone stand.
I know you should have seen my setup for the past month. It's been my husband's BB-8 box.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, because
Anything behind this okay one, Even Martin saw CC, it's what that is in the frame that counts.
correct.
That's all that
exactly.
matters. There you go.
Correct. And luckily it's just half a frame lah, so we don't have to like decorate too
Yeah,
much.
you don't know if we're even wearing clothes at the bottom right now, to be honest.
Exactly, I know. We'll just leave it to our imagination. Hey, why you tell us?
Yeah, that's why.
Hi guys, how are you guys doing?
Great.
It's been very
Good.
good.
Yeah.
I think for
Yeah.
us, we started sleep training Haley like a week and a half ago.
By we, it's actually Su Yen.
I started it lah.
Yeah.
So like it's good. Like now, right? 8:39. Like she's
Yeah.
asleep. So we know for sure like we can have this life like uninterrupted and stuff. But otherwise, before that, we wouldn't know like what time she would end up sleeping.
Yeah, it was a guess. Anywhere from 9 to 12. She would just fall asleep whenever she wants. But
Right, so
yeah.
yeah, so I guess that answers some of your questions. They're asking where's Haley already. So yeah, she's sound asleep right now. Yeah, because I mean in the IG world, I was just telling everybody that, you guys are like the most requested couple to come on the show. And your baby as well obviously is a lot of people are fans of the Pootie Pal.
There's a simple rule. If you see us go live in the day, Haley's there. If you see us go live at night, 100% she's sleeping already.
So don't leave, guys. I mean, sorry to disappoint you who came to see Haley, but I am so happy for you that she is, in bed. What made you guys come up with that decision though? I mean, she's already 16 months, right? Because I tried sleep training my boy, who is now two plus. At 6 months, I tried to sleep train him, but the crying thing just, we couldn't handle it, so we gave up.
Yeah.
And then we never sleep trained. So even now, he still wakes up like maybe once just to sort of look for somebody.
There's definitely a sweet spot when it comes to age-wise to train kids for certain things. But it's the soft-heartedness that really kills the parents. I can't sleep train Haley, so Su Yen did a really good job doing it. Because the minute she cries, I'm like, okay, what do you want? Please now, come.
anything, I'll pick you up.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm the worst at that. Like,
right.
Immediately I lunge for the milk bottle, and Su Yen's like, why are you feeding her again? I'm like, I don't know.
The rule for her is each time she cries, I think she needs milk.
Yeah, I think she needs milk.
I think it's a daddy thing though, by the way, I think. Because like right now I'm trying to sleep train my daughter who just turned 6 months as well. So when she cries after like 2 hours after feeding her and she won't stop crying, the dad will be like, you need to feed her, and I'm like,
exactly
no,
like
I don't need to feed her, she just fed 2 hours ago.
I think I definitely come to a point where I 100% need to check with Su Yen when her feeding times are going to be. If not, there was one day I just fed her 30 minutes ahead of time and that screwed everything up. So never again.
Yeah. With sleep training and with kids, I think it's always about consistency and it's always about timing. And I've talked about this to other guests on the show as well. It's a long topic and we can go on for hours, because there's so many different methods, right, when it comes to sleep training. And sometimes for some kids, they are naturally horrible sleepers, so they take longer to learn how to self-soothe. And then some super easy. Some of my friends didn't even have to sleep train. Their
Yeah.
babies are like natural sleepers.
She
I am
took,
so
yeah.
envious.
I thought maybe Haley would, so I waited.
Yeah.
She turned one. I like, you're not naturally sleeping.
No, no.
But I think the moment
Yeah.
I felt like she could understand, and like
Mhm.
whenever we gave her instructions, she seems to be taking them well.
Mm.
So I thought like, I think let's just try, right? Maybe
Mm.
some kids needs a bit prompting, right?
Yeah.
And see how they
Yeah,
take it. But I
for
will
sure.
always joke and say, like when Haley started sleeping, and we were saying like maybe that's why babies were designed to sleep so long, because adults need to be human.
Yeah.
And they need that sanity, like that time to
Yeah.
just be
To be a person
be a
again,
person.
by yourself. Like even taking a break from each other, like either taking that really long toilet time, or
Yeah, I know
things
exactly
like
what you mean. Mm-hmm.
yeah, there you go. But yeah, you're right. It definitely comes down to what works for one baby might never work for another
Correct.
baby. There are people
Definitely.
as well. They have weird personalities, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really just like if you see your kid like, hey, you're being responsive to a lot of things now. Oh, maybe now is a great time to teach you different things. And I think
Yeah.
that's Suyen went for it because the lockdown definitely gave us a lot of consistency in time.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it
Yeah.
gave Suyen the ability to like, we can eat at a confirmed certain time every single day.
Mm-hmm.
We can she can take a nap at the same time every day, and wow, it was just like that.
Yeah, as we mentioned in the previous episodes as well, like this is like there's no better time to start any form of training if you want to do it with your kids than now, because
Mm.
you are, sort of forced to be at home. So you can come up with like a proper schedule because every day is pretty much the same. We're not rushing to be anywhere. I mean, we are lucky enough to be able to stay at home,
Correct.
Good for
so
it.
yeah, so this is the time when you want to do like sleep training, body training, whatever sort of training.
Yeah.
Yeah, now would be the best time to start. But speaking of which, first of all, I want to say thank you guys so much for making time for this. I am
Not
taking
a problem.
away your alone time. I know
It's
this
fine.
time is precious, especially for parents, because you guys, I mean, watching you guys on your stories and stuff, you both are super hands-on with Haley. Like you spend every waking time with with her. Yeah. So I mean, so when the MCO started, well, it's 6 weeks now, right? Like it's been 6 weeks, I think. I stopped counting, but I was trying to like
Yeah,
remind myself today.
it's almost day 50, if
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. Yeah,
Yeah, because we have another 2 weeks to go now. So yeah, I guess it's like
yeah.
6 weeks.
I definitely think it's definitely going to be another 2 weeks after that. Just
Yeah, that's
saying.
what everyone is saying, like until the end of May, who knows, right? But I mean, for the both of you, because you always spend time with Haley and with each other, but you guys also have separate careers, was it like a big adjustment, to now all three of you are at home
I
together
think
all the time?
not really much of an adjustment for Suyen. For
Mm-hmm.
me, it was more of like, how in the world do I do work now? So
Mm,
the first 2 weeks were a very big switch from moving all the studio work back home. But that was on my personal accord. But
yeah.
being home with Suyen, really like it could it let me see a lot of things that I could help with. So Suyen had a lot of more like alone time. That's why she like can cook so much because like just another pair of hands around,
Yeah.
or she can do certain things or rest at night a bit longer. But with Haley's changing schedule, everything changes still every week. So like
Mm-hmm.
some weeks she wakes up at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's just a bit different. But I would say because of where we live, we don't live in a grounded
Landed
landed
property.
property, right?
Mm-hmm.
The biggest ability is at least one of us can run down to get deliveries, which is so
Right.
important because you
Right.
don't want to be taking your baby out right now.
For
So
sure.
like yeah, either one of us does that. Not so much of an adjustment of life
I
for
think it's
me.
more of like the
For
dynamic
her.
at home.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ming Han is usually like either in the morning for a short time and he goes to work and then he comes back like dinner time, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
each time he comes back, Haley obviously sees him like playtime.
4 hours a day.
Right,
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours, and each time she sees him, it's like playtime, right? So the moment when MCO happened, she sees him like
Playtime
for the
the
whole
day.
day.
Yeah.
So I think
She
it was
must
like,
love it.
yeah, she's like, wow, what's this?
I love it for the first 15 minutes. Then I'm like, I can't play anymore.
It was like figuring out like how do you work effectively in a
Yeah.
space like from your laptop. You can't work on the living table anymore, right? Because she'll be coming over.
Yeah.
So we had to change like stuff around. We have to put like her playpen
Yeah.
to corner off our balcony. So Ming Han turned our balcony into his office, and
Yeah.
it was just trying to find a new routine for everybody that worked for everybody as well. So maybe the first week was the most adjustment to try out every day. Like, okay, maybe I work from here. Like, okay, maybe cooking time, or maybe eating time need to move forward, backwards,
Yeah.
and do everything.
I've not eaten lunch and dinner so early since I was like in primary school. But then
And everything is on time now, right? Like, oh, now it's lunchtime, now it's dinner time, and now it's what time and work time, and yeah.
Pretty much. I think
Yeah.
it gives me a lot of liberty to do stuff. And the adjustments that were more, I think, were more drastic were just understanding Su Yen's tempo when it comes to Haley, because, like she said, I used to be around for like 4 hours of her waking life,
Yeah.
and now I'm like there. So that, you know, I don't know if you watch like Chris Rock's Tambourine. Sometimes you sing lead, and sometimes you have to play the tambourine. So
Right.
it's a really big process of like who's singing lead and who is playing the tambourine right now.
Yeah, and speaking of which, though, like I appreciate what you said earlier, because a lot of dads have said as well that now that they are at home, they see what their wives do with the children and with the kids, and they have a deeper understanding and appreciation for what they do. And by the way, I told you earlier, so you're the first dad to come on Mommy Time. So thanks for that. And you're the perfect first dad to come on, because you know when I see your stories and how you guys always work as a team, you both of you, you're dynamic, you look like you're, you know, a very effective team. Has it always been like that throughout your relationship, or did parenthood sort of, you know,
Kicked in,
get you
yeah.
in? Yeah, because for me, I would say that I'm a better team player now that I've become a mom. Because you know, for me, I feel like when we were in a relationship, and then when we got married, you know, you sort of still can do your own thing and stuff, and then there's a lot of like husband and wife time. But now that when you have a kid, it's like, wow, all of a sudden, you know, you have to really prioritize and really sort of have this kind of come up with a rhythm, and you know, there's all these unspoken rules about who does what and things like that. So what was it like for you guys?
You think it changed?
I think for us, maybe when Haley came, I guess naturally our personality were not like one like super like alpha male, or like I need to be the boss and kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Really, yeah.
Not at all.
but I think like say like Ming Han, she usually gives me the liberty. Like if I take like I'm the major, I'm like I take care of Haley most of the time. So he gives me the liberty to like, okay, you plan her feeding and then I follow. Right? You tell me what to do and then I follow. But what helps also is he usually will always ask me like, is everything okay? Like, do you need help? Are you feeling too tired? And he would jump in whenever he feels that I need help.
Right.
Or is like, oh, is there anything? Because sometimes he say, even through pregnancy and like the early stages, he say he feel very useless because like there's nothing much as a husband you feel that you can do, right? Like you can't breastfeed your child, and you can't do a
like,
lot.
I help you carry in your stomach, you know, you can't take over all the.
Like I fed you at the back,
doesn't help. Like it does not. But
I hope you gave her massages though.
Yeah. I actually YouTube so many massage videos, prenatal massage videos, pregnancy massage videos, and then I'm like, do you have like first month, second month, third month, fourth month different massages to do? Then apparently there's like different trimester massages. I think I was more proactive as a partner during the pregnancy, and that really helped leading up to the kid. But it's not like we had any like major differences even when we were dating or engaged. It's just that this kid gave us like a project to work on together. And I think the I don't know, before that also, like we actually got to know each other working on stuff. So I don't think there were any problems, or I don't know.
Communication.
Yeah, I was told like I
Like
don't think so.
I guess we get like naturally we usually when we talk, we're like, if there is a problem, we need to address it to the person. And since now we know each other like 7 years, like to not just communicate but in a way that the person understands. But sometimes guys like a bit blur, right? So you need to be very direct, like, you know, when you do this it hurts me, or like when you do this I feel like it's not helpful. It would help if you do this instead. So like being very clear.
It's very black and white, and like
So like for here, like, okay, can you help me do her bottles? This amount of water, this amount of formula, and then you remember, and then like whenever you need, you don't have to repeat so many times.
But maybe I have a different mindset as a guy on it, because I just feel that because I think a very big thing that played into this was Su Yen works on weekends before the MCO. I have the opportunity to take care of Haley by myself on Saturdays or Sundays sometimes. And I think guys miss out on this because unless you're truly at home alone with the kid,
for more than like 4 or 5 hours.
For more than like a couple of hours, you don't understand anything that your wife is going through.
Thank you for saying that.
There we go. But because of that, I actually advocate like maybe why you guys get one day off on the weekend.
Like in the afternoon when your kid is like active awake.
So like guys, you are forced to learn everything. There's no I guess I don't want to do this. Mom, can you help me, right? And ever since that started happening, I think there's that real appreciation of like, if you need me to do something, I will do it. Because even now you can feel like the kid always kind of leans towards the mom. So as a dad, like Su Yen knows, even putting her to sleep sometimes, I know I'm not the best choice, because if she sees me, she's going to be awake for another half an hour.
It's like playtime.
Exactly. I think that definitely helped a bit more understanding into like, okay, I will follow your structure that you put down for Haley, because you are going to be around us 70% of the time, and that trumps whatever I feel that I need to do. But we do agree on certain principles or values, or like because I did study child development a bit, like we have certain things. Like my degree was in psychology, so this was very interesting to like see happen. So there are times that we do like, okay, I think we should do this now. We should synchronize how we are talking to her in this way, and that's pretty much what's been going on, I think.
And that's absolutely amazing. I mean, I guess in a way that you guys are used to functioning as a team together. You know, even way before Haley came into the picture, and I love how you mentioned how you guys respect each other's roles as well. Like, you know that Su Yen determines a lot of stuff when it comes to Haley, so you just follow suit. But are you guys always on the same page? Are those roles kind of like spoken to each other? Like, like, okay, so this is what I do, and this is what you do, and then you just follow. And, are you always on the same page, or do you ever like get frustrated with each other? Because I mean, obviously on social media we see that, wow, you guys are always in sync in everything, that kind of thing, because we definitely don't really air our dirty laundry out for people to see. And I always and I always say this as well. One, you have to be exactly. So I said, I was also mentioning this in the other episodes as well, because when things get crazy and stuff, you're not gonna pick up your phone and like record, like, when we are
more time. I dare you.
Exactly. But you did vlog, right, for a whole month. Su Yen was telling me.
Every single. I think it does help that by nature we don't we aren't like a fighting couple. We aren't like personally aggressive to each other. So like, I think ever since we started dating, I can really like count on the number of hands how much the word isn't even argue lah. I think we've had disagreements. So that is one, because I think she really prioritizes the importance of communicating, and through my stupid relationships in the past, I definitely appreciate communication. So, and then you top it off with being a psychologist. I'm like, yes, please talk to me, you know, kind of thing. But definitely there have been moments, lah. But I guess because there is this structure of like, okay, I will follow this first, it leaves less space for arguments to happen because you just know what to do. But I think even during the vlog, like we had one disagreement, and it always happens around things that you don't plan for, right? Which is how do we respond to Haley when she gets hurt? Because no one really like has a proper like, oh, she's gonna get hurt at this time of the day, and when it happens in any way possible. So that's when we actually like had a whole discussion, like quite a midnight discussion when Haley was asleep. Oh, I also do believe, I don't know if it's a note, like don't fight in front of your kids, 100%, right?
I'm on you. I'm with you.
Right?
It's
Never
like
argue.
if there is something, obviously you know the mood, like the mood changes, right? So we're like, okay, let's talk about it tonight, or like let's just we both like automatically know that okay, this is something for discussion, but let's just go through our day and everything, and then we will talk about it later.
Yeah,
because I think like for us, we always come back to like, no matter what, we're on the same team, right? But in the moment, we definitely come from different perspective.
I love
the same thing.
I love you, but I don't really like you right now.
So like say like even like Haley, like if I'm with her most of the time, so like certain things that she do, I will be a bit more lenient with her. Like even though it's a bit dangerous, I like it's okay, you know, like
and
you're
I'm the
there
one
like
not used
8
to it.
hours with her, like and she climbed here, I think it's okay. But
then I see it and I'm like, no,
she's like, no, careful, no, catch her.
Yeah.
So then obviously, right, like over like 10 times, maybe 2 times she falls down. So like when it becomes a concern to him that he feels like we need to be more careful, then that's when we have like a discussion. It's like, okay, so to what extent do we both agree that it's not acceptable, or like what do we agree that? So that's when one of us express concern, then we know that we need to draw like very black and white boundaries between ourselves. But if not, everything will just let things play out, and as long it's not a concern to either one of us, then we'll just let it be.
I don't believe in the whole like, you know, don't like, sorry, I don't believe in the whole like don't let the sun go down on an argument kind of thing. I believe in like let the emotional like peak pass first before you start talking, because if you talk when you're like when your kid hurt and crying, you know, and so many things are like getting like pop like in your ears and everything, like there's nothing going to happen, right? So there have been times, but it's usually always centered around an accident that we panic a bit, like, oh no, is she okay, you know, like were you watching her, were you not watching her? And I think the big, like I told Su Yen, even during that moment where we were like a bit in a very tense discussion, I told her that I think the worst thing a guy, like I know that I want to make her feel is a user's mom. So like I never want her to feel like she did a bad job as a mother, and that really guides a lot of the words that I say when it comes to like accident for a baby, because I think it was
because like when it happens, I totally relate with you, because when it happens and you say things like, oh, why didn't you watch her, it does make the other person feel like, what do you mean I didn't watch her? Are you questioning my ability to take care of her and stuff like that? And I appreciate that you mentioned that. I think, and a lot of moms out there can appreciate that too, to be you know, a bit more mindful, you know, when things do happen, that what you say to your partner, especially for a partner who's with the kid most of the time.
Exactly. Exactly. You mean you feel that the first month the baby comes out, right? Like the first few people that probably make you feel like a useless parent will be the confinement lady, and the in-laws and your own parents. You know, so like I took a really huge chunk out of that chapter, and like, oh wow, this is actually the cause of postpartum depression, and this is a big deal, and I never want to be a part of that. So we spend a lot of time I spent a lot of time defending her from the confinement lady, speaking up to the confinement lady, and because when your hormones are like readjusting again, you don't have time to like process everything logically, kind of thing,
I love how you understand that part, the hormones.
Yeah, no,
Maybe all dads should go study psychology or something.
yes, yes,
But
yes,
yeah,
yes.
because I
100.
did a degree in psychology too.
Oh, happy New Year.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, and
Like,
it really is like helpful in a lot of situations because you
yes,
know in most parts, I mean in almost every part of our lives, we are always dealing with people, managing people,
mm,
connecting with people. We're in a partnership, in a relationship. So yeah, and that's beautiful what you guys said about always being on the same team. And I think that that
yeah,
is something, I mean, for you guys, you have um well, I can't say the same for myself that you know my husband and I only argue like don't know can count how many times because
no, I
in the
mean,
beginning we're very strong headed, so we're like
yeah,
my way, no your way, yeah. So it took a while as well for us to sort of adjust, and like I said that I've never been a better team player now that
yeah,
I'm a parent myself,
yeah,
because then you really have to be on the same team because there will be, like you say, a lot of noises around you, even your
yeah,
closest family members and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, and
So yeah.
that's really the time where you got to remember that even I mean that's the vows, right, during the marriage, that you leave your own family and this is your priority now. So like
Mhm.
I guess that reminder of like, hey, no matter what, we're on the same team.
Yeah.
Somehow inside there, just wire something in the middle to know that we are on the same team.
Because I think when you're
You
on
know?
the same team, then you will try your best to be conscious and be respectful
Yeah.
to the other person. Because like you know, like words, like in the moment you say something and then you know you cannot take it back. You're like, ah yeah.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes moms like
Why are you always pointing fingers at?
you
You know what? I actually have a little game after this that you can start pointing fingers.
Can.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. No, but it really helps, I think, because like even like okay, so in the relationship, I'm the blur one, and she is the more snappier one. So like even in those moments when accidents happen, the first response is not how dare you. It's more of
Yeah.
like it comes from a good place to know that you're not doing that on purpose. You're not
Correct.
doing that
Yeah.
because you hate me. I know we love each other, and I need to understand why you did that.
Yeah.
It sounds very complicated, but the more you exercise it, the better and easier it gets. Just
Yeah.
you know, just
Yeah.
just out there.
Because like we know like whatever, even tense, right? Usually we will know like, is it because we are very tired?
Yes.
Which most of the time in my case
50% most of the
when I'm
time.
very tired.
Tired ladies.
Or like when you're very stressed about like you've got multiple things happening and you need it all done like at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So when in that moment, in that very headspace of yours, and then you ask that question and then you snap. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why is
I
your
know.
friends here? That kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, even the littlest things, like things that you would like on a normal day, you'd be absolutely fine with it. But because
Oh,
you're sleep deprived and you're tired or you're stressed about work or whatever it is, it can be, you know, it can be a big deal.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I love that, and like I completely agree with you guys about communication. Like that is key. I think in every when you're, especially when your parents want to not, you know, when you do fight and when you're in that high, like emotional high, like not to do it in front of the kids because they do vibe off you. And that's why we
Yeah.
always hear about how, you know, kids will always try to come and sort of try to buffer or neutralize the situation, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
that's so
that's
important.
that's if you
Mm-hmm.
get a good kid lah. But some kids have like the reverse effect. They
Yeah.
just hide, right? They'll just hide and
Be quiet.
fights like
Bottle
that.
it up. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's great. It would be a great thing to put like communication is not like a natural skill you're born with,
Yeah.
and like
Mm-hmm.
you automatically get in a relationship.
It's a muscle, right?
Yeah, like when I first met Su Yen, I was the really noisy one, and
I'm the quiet.
Su Yen basically didn't. Melancans apparently don't talk at all. So like it was a few years of like teaching A-E-I-O-U.
Like I will talk like, and then he's like, oh, what you're trying to say is one sentence.
So she was my
Yeah.
practical practice for listening to clients, and then really combing through, you know, the lefts and the rights. But yeah, I think the timing of dating into courtship, into marriage, and then into having a kid really allows you to have like that few years of understanding communication first.
Yeah.
Then the baby comes and screws everything up.
And you learn all over again.
Because then you have to deal with not just the communication, like the skills, but the hormones, the sleep deprivation, all
Don't you
those
think it's
mumbo
like,
jumbo.
it's so crazy because like in a time where the mom herself, the main caregiver, is like the most emotional, the only thing that the baby understands is emotions and tone of your voice. And I feel that's amazing. Like, why are human beings so stupid? Like, I don't understand. Like, we are like the worst species on this earth, but apparently we rule it for some reason. We should
know,
not
right?
be here. Just say.
That's why we have the subject of psychology.
Yes. You
And
question
that in
this.
psychology, you question everything. There's no right or wrong, and there are so many different approaches and methods to address something.
I would say it definitely has helped a lot of my life being able to read this thing that I studied, right? But I do know that this is not a common thing that most partners have or like most relationships have. So yeah, for everyone who's listening, go and pick up a psychology book. It will do you a ton of
I
a
know,
lot of
right?
help. Right?
Even like Gen Psych 101, I think there's a chapter on like communication or child development, maybe like one chapter that you
Definitely.
can read up, like a quick read.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, just go and read people dynamics or people relationship. That's it. You're done. Done. Finished. 100%.
I feel like if you can win, like I feel the best skill is like to win people over, right? Like if you can communicate to your husband
That's
and
it.
you can communicate with your kid,
That's it.
like that's amazing. Like I feel like that's
But
the
see,
way.
the thing though,
Hardest, you know?
yeah, that's the hardest because the thing is like, we sort of take it for granted that your husband and your kid will always be there for you. So you tend to be a little bit more diplomatic or mindful with other people, because they have more judgment and they don't owe you anything or like they don't have to live
You
with
don't
you,
express your husband and your kid. Yeah.
Exactly. So like we take these things for granted, like then we sort of forget sometimes to speak nicely to each other or to be kind to one another because we and then sometimes we forget to even say please and thank yous. So are there any rules in your relationship? Okay, maybe let's not call it rules, but like things that you guys, sort of practice, from the get-go, like, when it comes to with each other as parents and stuff like that.
I think we always like just speak kindly. Something like, or even like if in a hurry, like, faster, please. Like after a few years, like it's just automatic. Like, or after something like, oh, thank you for doing that. That it was very helpful. I was like, oh, thank you, I really appreciate that. And then in between the days, like, I love you, or like, because sometimes we see each other, we don't text anymore. Like last time we would text like before you wake up, before you sleep, it's like, oh, going to sleep, good night. But now you live with a person, like your last message is like, don't know how many long time ago.
How many months ago? You actually had a
Right?
conversation,
So like,
right?
like for now, sometimes I'll just message like when he's working there, like, hey, love you or something.
Yeah.
But I think small gestures like that really helps. No matter how long your relationship would be.
But I don't know whether we have rules. I think what's a rule?
But one thing we did say before, like no matter what we say, right? Even though I have a problem and I just communicate with him, but if he never understood what I was trying to say, it's not considered like, okay, I say already, like I've done my part. Just because you don't respond to what I'm saying or agree, it's a problem. But we do make a point, like no matter what I say, I will try and say it in a way that you can understand. And he would try like, oh, is this what you're saying? I'm like, no, what I'm trying. So we'll try back and forth until he understands. So then in time, we also now can communicate a lot faster. Because I understand how he understands how I think.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in this. I'm trying not to use psychological words. I'm a big believer in the practice of arguing correctly.
Yeah.
Like there are bad
like
ways.
Like pick your battle.
Like how choose your proper weapons, right? I would feel there are really, I mean, the more crude way to say that there's a really correct way to fight with a partner or with a person, and there's an absolutely wrong way to fight, right? So the correct way to end an argument or like the goal of the argument is understanding, right? And if you come to the table and just say, I'm going to say my piece and get out, like nothing is achieved. You're just going to like, okay. Then when you leave, I'm just going to form whatever my thoughts are on the situation.
Which makes things worse.
Yeah. So I think if there is like unspoken rules, is that we double check to see if we really understood what has been said. If not, we have to understand something new, and that takes time. And I don't think we expect each other to like, you get it now.
So like we try to say like, oh, you know, when you did this, I didn't feel appreciated. Or like when you did that, it made me sad. So it doesn't matter. Like he was said like, oh, you know, I didn't mean it. It was just a bad timing, or the way he said it.
It doesn't sound so formal,
lah. Yeah.
In conclusion, just use kind words.
Yeah.
And like I think because like when emotions are high, it's definitely easy to just when the ego comes out, and then you just want to say your piece, and like you want to be right. And I completely agree with you. I'm one of those people who I cannot talk about a problem when I'm angry, or when I'm, but for some people, they like to confront, they want to solve it now. They said that, oh, we have to talk about this. We need to solve this. So I think it's about also adjusting to each other and trying to find the middle ground as well. So it comes back to being respectful as well, I feel. Like if one person is about, let's talk about it now. But the other person is about, I need space, I need to calm down. Then one has to respect the other. And then the one that needs to calm down also has to find a way to, not go to bed angry. Don't take too long to calm down, because as much, it's kind of like, the irony is that you want the emotions to come down, but at the same time, you need to remember what exactly the problem is, because sometimes when you take too long and you've already like calmed down, and then the kid comes in and then smiling, happy, funny and all that, right? Then you're like, you kind of just forgot why you fought in the first place. And it's important to address that, I feel, rather than, because, especially for us who are with the kids so much that we're so tired and stuff, sometimes it takes a lot of effort to talk about these things, because it's also emotionally draining.
I think that's definitely, I don't know, I'm not trying to say that it's like gender roles, but I think that's where guys really have to cut like 15 blocks of slack, because that understanding of the emotional burden on a mom, there is like negative room for ego, because there's just there are times where I'm going to be right, but there's no point. What's the use of being right? There are times where she's going to be absolutely not there, but I have to be. I think all these kind of things just add up, because the kid gives you a new purpose to like really understand, like, A, is my ego actually that important, or B, do I want to set a proper example that this kid is watching right now? And I think that has really taken over so many of my actions in life, because I already have so much to explain to Haley about my YouTube channel when she grows up. I don't want to explain anything else. So, I really feel that, and I warn my friends as well. Like one of my friends, I've seen her comments in the comment section here. She's here. Hello, I know who you are, and you know who you are. I've actually had conversations telling my friends who are going to be parents. You gotta let go of a lot of yourself, because like you can do whatever attitude you want now, but the minute your kid watches that attitude and does the same thing to you in the future, you've had it. That you just imagine your younger you doing that to you, and if you don't like it, you better stop it now. Now that's basically it, right?
Definitely.
You reap what you sow. Like they are watching, they remember, and then they do. And there's a rule. Like we can maybe just pop that in. We don't curse at each other at all when you fight. The only time Su Yen curses is when got cockroach. And Su Yen is so worried that's what he is.
I bet it's not even a bad curse word. It's probably like shit or something.
Yes, probably shit.
So sometimes like we she's around like, oh shit. Yeah, like, oh no, and she's like thinking out so fast, right? Sometimes she just one day she just said the word, and like I know 100% it's me.
I don't but that, coming to
I'm with you on that completely. You gotta just lead by example, because the kids are watching and they will model that behavior. And you know what? I was just thinking about the other day that there's so many things that we're teaching our kids right now, because they're so young, right? And this is the time when they really do absorb everything. And I feel like sometimes it can be a little bit hypocritical of us parents as well, if we always constantly ask our kids to say please and thank you and be kind to other people, learn to share your things and stuff like that. And then we, on the other hand, don't do the same. So there are a lot of things that we could learn from our kids as well.
But it's so necessary though, like just to do that, I feel. I mean, our parents were hypocrites too, but we like just saying. I just am realizing it now. but
And
but
yeah.
yeah. But I feel that it's just needed. Like, uh, yes, example is the best tool, to teach, right? But if we don't set that in stone in like the foundation years of their life, I cannot imagine what they will be like without it. So I
Yeah.
rather be like, yeah, say please and thank you. Yeah, take this from me, please. Kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. The foundation is so important because like once they go to school and they start mixing with other people, that is like completely out of our control already.
I hope I build up enough heart, like power to like withstand letting her go to school. I don't think about it yet. Okay, yes.
She's only like 6 months.
It is
Yeah.
4 more years. So okay, yes.
True. So yes, and since you're like my first dad on the show, I really have to ask you as well because you seem like you are a great partner. You respect what Su Yen does, and you just follow whatever that she has said, and you respect her role as a mom to Haley. Perhaps you could shed some light, like how can dads be an emotional support to your
Ooh, I love
wife?
that. Yeah.
Because we every time I say this, and a lot of the guests have said this as well, those who have very supportive husbands, that is what we're most grateful for. Yes, we are grateful for the times when you are hands-on, like you change your diaper, you bathe them, you put them to sleep, you play with them and stuff, but um the thing that we're most grateful for is when our partners are on our side and are supportive of us emotionally, and for me as well, I am saying because of my partner.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I have to say first that this only works with each other not taking each other for granted, because there's like so many gray areas when it comes to emotions, right? But I think what really helps, like, okay, if you can see if a guy is eager to help. You can do that by reading up or like searching Google and stuff like that. But this is where I like to use this metaphor, like, guys, you guys are called kayu for a reason. Be a kayu. Like, seriously, it's so important. This is the strength of a guy who is blur and kayu and just like that, right? Because Kayu's wood is support. Like, that is what you need to be. Like, you need to let the emotions just wash over you and just be that kind of, use it as a detachment to not get offended, not get affected. Because if there's anything I realized, thank God Su Yen was not like the temperamental pregnant woman, right? But in moments where I think guys will experience it the most after the baby comes out, when your wife's body is resetting the hormones and like trying to figure out what is the natural balance again, there's so many things that are going to happen. That this woman is not your wife for a while, right? But it's really in that time where you need to be like the rock to the kite. Like, you just need to be this unmoving, rigid, like, whatever happens, just be there and be quiet.
For once, the rock is useful, right? Because
and
usually they ask you not to have a rock tied, not to be
Like,
tied to a rock.
These are the times, right, where the quiet guys, where the very emotionless guys will shine one, really. Because, right, they are so unaffected.
Pa.
Really, just like,
more.
Yeah. But I think that's where the taking for granted comes into play, because, like, I think if the wife takes the husband for granted like that, and the husband cannot communicate after that, nothing's going to work anyway. But I think supportive is basically just understanding that there are some emotions that your wife can't help but feel, and it's a very weird way to say it, but it's not her. It's like,
it's like she's being possessed.
Yes, by hormones.
And I must add to that as well. It's like, okay, if you have girlfriends right now or your wives but you don't have kids yet, it's like her PMS time. So that's just like a hint of it, a hint of it.
Guys,
so you just times 100 and you get that lah.
And then they're bleeding from their punani all the time, and then like they cannot bathe. I just want to say that there's two very dangerous type of girls who haven't bathed and girls who haven't slept. I tell you, this one is very big warning.
That's why my second confinement, man, I bathe.
Yeah, you have
Bathing
to.
felt so good.
We actually
Right?
checked with the pediatrician. We actually checked with the gynecologist,
Yeah.
and that whole bathing thing, another day, like just bathe. Seriously,
Yeah.
just
Yep,
bathe,
bathe.
but
We'll
dry
talk
yourself.
about confinement in another session because that is a
Yeah,
whole different topic
that's a
altogether,
whole
and like
different thing.
we
Yeah.
can go on for ages as
We'll
well.
rile
But
people up, all the moms
Yeah,
up again.
exactly. But
yeah,
if there's a way to like put a lid on it, it's like, guys, if your wife fights with you, that's not your bro fighting with you. You really just gotta treat it as like this is an angry puppy right now, or this is an angry kitten right now, and you don't kick angry kittens. So you just let it be. Like really, like that emotional capacity is not is it's not there yet because like I mean, there's so many things happening in her body. She just pushed a human being out of her. You
yeah,
have to give that leeway, I guess. But also maybe it just helps because I'm just not a confrontational person when it comes to
right.
relationships, right? When it comes to work, it's a whole different thing. I fight for rights
As long
all
you
the
know it's
time.
not
Okay.
intentional,
Yes,
lah, right?
yes. When there's a
Yeah.
goal to fight for, I fight for it, right? But I think when it comes to relationships, again, then we build back on the layers, right?
Yeah.
The rules, no cursing. The rules, we're on the
Mm.
same team. We're still on the same team, and then you realize that for this 1 month, you as a guy just need to withstand emotional pain because she's she withstood 9 months of carrying a
Physical
human
pain.
baby. You tell me you can't do 1 month, then you're a useless guy.
I
Seriously.
really hope that a lot of guys are watching right now. So it's okay. Even if they don't, I'm gonna like
The link to
snap
all the
this part
husband
and like
Yeah.
post it out
Yeah.
to husbands and dads and like to be or new ones.
Because I
Yeah.
tell you, I bring this down harder on guys who purposely want kids. I'm like, you're not the one carrying the kid, stupid. You know, I
You want the kid?
yeah, you want the kid, but you're not making the kid. You know, it goes in like banana
Yeah.
for you, comes out like pineapple on the other side. You know, so like it's this kind of things where I feel like guys, this is the give and take. The give and take is like you are literally going to be a punching bag, and you got to accept it. Punching bags don't punch back, but
But yeah.
starts with again, never take the punching bag for granted. And I've never
Yeah.
felt like she has taken me for granted, which further like makes me feel more motivated to be like, you know what, I
Yeah.
can do this. Like no problem. Like just do it. Like just
I
I
love that.
understand you have your off days and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
I
doesn't come naturally. It's a lot of
yeah.
work. It's a
Yeah.
lot of work.
Definitely. I mean, they say marriage is a lot of work, so is parenting. You know,
Mm.
parenting is
We-
a lot of work as well. But
Yeah,
we're slowly running out of time. There's like 10 minutes left.
yes.
And yeah, I know it. 1 hour just goes by like that, man. Like I thought it was like, oh, it might be too long, but actually not really, man.
Second
Like,
season, Max
boom.
Smash,
I
man.
mean, cause yeah, you do a podcast as well, so I'm pretty sure you understand like how time just flies
Yeah.
by. But I just want to say thank you so much for making time to come on board. And this is the last episode for this season lah. I
Good
just need
job.
to like thank you. I just need to like take a break for a while, focus on the kids, gather my
Amen.
thoughts again. But I did tell you earlier that we have a little game that I want to play with you guys, inspired by TikTok. But are you guys on TikTok?
Well, I have to know it, so
Oh,
yes, I
you
know. Yes.
you have. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you dance. I mean, the only dance I know right now is all the baby
No,
shark,
I
you
don't
know.
know any of
So,
that. Oh my
so
God.
no. Yeah, but I'm just gonna ask you guys a series of questions, and you just point to, either the person or yourself, lah. Yeah. Okay, get your fingers ready.
Okay.
Okay. First one. Who is the better cook? Who is generally better at chores?
Actually,
Depends.
Oh.
It's split down the middle.
Yeah.
That's why I say generally lah, average lah. Like maybe out of 10 chores,
Literally,
you know.
I do more, but his level of quality is higher.
Oh, okay.
a lot of
Wow.
allergies. A lot of allergies. A lot
Know
of-
that know that you're very appreciated, Ming Han,
I am. I
for
feel
your
it.
quality of chores.
Yes, yes.
Okay, who is more organized? Who is more romantic?
Definitely not her.
I'm
Definitely not her.
not
So
gonna
by
go for
default, I win because her romance comes out very weird.
to be romantic. He says very funny.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Okay, so I mean, you guys hardly fight, but in the occasion that you do fight, who is usually the first to say you're sorry?
Depends who is more emotional.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, who is the bigger baby when they're sick? Who is Hailey more manja with?
I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah. By
most of the
by
time, yeah.
default of time, yes.
Okay, I already know this answer from Su Yen earlier, but who is the bigger softie when it comes to Hailey?
You
Who is
give in
more?
to her.
But yeah, I mean, with that face, it's hard not to lah. I feel you. Who is more patient with Hailey?
Yes, by default of time. Mm.
Okay, last question. Who is most likely to be more strict when Hailey gets a boyfriend?
Oh, boyfriend. I think him.
Yeah, more strict. Like, got
Yeah, definitely it's a
checklist
guy thing.
criteria. Yeah. So you got
Yeah,
your
it's a guy thing.
gun ready lah.
Yeah, no, guns are too
When that time.
fast. I want to use a blunt
He's
fork.
like
Straight the first.
Yeah,
torture.
yeah. It's not about ending it quick. You gotta make it slow so they understand. I'm already planning.
Yeah.
Wow. Good luck to whoever who decides to date her. But I must say she is the cutest, and you both are such an exemplary couple and parents to a lot of people out there, especially. I mean, it just goes to show when I asked like who would you like to come on to Mommy Time, and a lot of people have said you guys. So thank you for fulfilling my request and also the request of a lot of people out there for coming on the show. I really do appreciate it. And I also did mention that I have a giveaway for this last episode just to wrap the season up. How old are you guys, by the way? If you don't mind me asking.
31 this year.
We are both
We're the
31.
same age.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're sort of like the same age.
We
Except
come
that I'm
from the
10 years
era.
younger.
60
Same music, same.
You're 10 years young, absolutely. 21 months. Wow.
We took it under.
You started
But
early.
and I took it. Anyways, so yeah, the giveaway is a Sothee's giveaway. So they are giving away a discovery set. So if you guys, especially during this period of time, it can be very stressful for your skin. If you're very stressed at home, then if you need that extra energy for your skin, they're giving away a detox energy range, which is anti-pollution. So if you want to look 28 or 21 like me for a luminous skin,
Like
yes,
21.
yeah, exactly. So this set is worth over 600 ringgit. I'm going to be posting the questions on your poster later. So you just look for the poster with Ming Han and Su Yen's faces on it, and then just answer that, and we'll just pick one lucky winner. That's it.
Just saying,
Join.
please guys join because Mother's Day is very soon.
Exactly.
A great present,
So
just
they win for
saying.
themselves.
To give their moms. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a really good one. Any plans for Mother's Day? Because I know you guys celebrated your anniversary, which you documented, and then the birthday on lockdown. What's gonna happen on Mother's Day? Mr. Romantic?
To be honest, I'm out of my homeland here. This is where she reigns supreme because she has all the ability to craft stuff. I have started thinking about it already, but I'm really out of options because if I go down and pick up delivery, she knows. If I go anywhere, she knows. Ask her. I found everything she was hiding from me. So
it's the hardest when you're both in the same house, right?
yeah.
So it's hard. Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's difficult to plan surprises these days. I mean, even birthdays are now being held on Zoom, right? So
I just told him, you just stay up the whole night with Hailey and just let me sleep through the night. That's the best present.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna use that. I think that
Yes.
is really the best gift you can give.
You should have. I was thinking of well, since you're on the subject, I was thinking of making a token book of 30 tokens so she can give me one if she wants me to stay up at night. Just not just limited to 30 guys just grow a pair. But yeah, a bit more. It's rest. Seriously, guys, when you let your wife sweep, it's the best present to yourself.
When they are so well rested, they're so nice to you.
Yeah, less cranky to you. They won't scold you if you leave your dirty underwear on the floor.
You have no idea. You get away with so many things, seriously.
So we have about 3 minutes left. Any last words to parents to be out there? I think we've covered a lot of areas about communication, never take each other for granted, respecting each other's roles, and I think I'm just gonna throw in don't be so calculative about who does what. That's so important.
You will not have a
sometimes
relationship.
you win the battle, but you don't win the war, right?
if you're calculative in a relationship, that's a business. It's not a relationship.
Yeah.
There is one. Never let anyone force you to have a baby, no matter what.
Correct.
Yes.
They can force you to get together, to propose, to marry each other. I don't care. But let no one force you to have a kid.
Because it's not about you.
It's not about you. And that poor kid comes into the world not knowing anything, and it's not his or her fault. So,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
And also, they're not the ones who are gonna help you take care. You know, it's all on you when the kid
Yeah.
comes, right?
I am an advocate of like, you want me to have a kid, pledge to support me every year. There will be a bill coming into your credit card every January 1st, you know.
So whoever asks, when the second one come, okay.
Yeah, you can pledge here and donate to my GoFundMe or something like that.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna leave you to your alone time right now. But yeah, thanks for coming on the last episode of Mommy Time. I really appreciate it. I can't think of a better way to end this season. If I'm actually gonna come back, I don't know yet. Thank you. Okay, bye bye now. Yeah.
Anytime if you want.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Kisses to Hailey. Please.
Yes.
Pinch those cheeks for me.
Mwah.
Oh gosh. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.